call for Q&A, and I will take as many questions I can that comes my way. So, what is server virtualization, right? I mean, let's go back. Let's go back a decade, or say early 90s, and in the early 90s you would have seen the Intel and the AMD x86 servers to be of compute in megahertz. You had servers which were available to you in megahertz, and RAM of 4 GB, 8 GB used to be a lot, right? I mean, because you typically ran your file and print, Active Directory, DHCP servers, your Java application, your .NET application on those servers, and they did not require a lot of compute, right? So, customers kept adding servers in their environment because you also had that single server, single application model, because you did not want to put multiple applications on a single server, single operating system, purely because you did not want multiple applications to fail. And this led to physical server sprawl in your data center, right? I mean, I handled customers, and I knew that before virtualization they had, thousands of servers. Like I'm specifically talking about banking customers, who had in their data center, the data center server, physical server footprint were in the thousands, right? And they are utilized. When we ran a capacity planner tool, we realized that these servers are really underutilized from a compute perspective. And over time, if you see mid-90s, late 90s and early 2000, the Intel x86 and the AMD servers became powerful from a compute perspective, from a CPU and memory perspective. In fact, today you have the x86 servers which are, in terms of compute power, very close to the Unix servers, right? So if you have Intel x86 and AMD servers from a compute perspective, then the application that you're still running, the old legacy application that you are running on those, don't require all that compute. So you're really wasting money on buying these powerful servers. So how can you better utilize those servers, in your environment or in your data center? And the whole idea was to take the idea about server virtualization was to reduce the physical server footprint in your environment. And how do we do that? It's very simple, right? If you look at the slide here, you have a physical server. On that physical server, you install your operating system, and on top of the operating system, you install your application. So you have this tightly bound, tightly integrated physical server, operating system, and application, right? So they are tightly coupled together. And the whole idea about virtualization was, I just take a bare metal server. That server can be anything. On top of that bare metal server, I install the virtualization software, which is our VMware vSphere software, and then I just convert these physical servers as virtual servers, right? So these are virtual containers completely decoupled from their hardware, and they run on top of this physical server, right? So what have I just done? I've simply taken a bare metal physical server. I've installed my VMware hypervisor on top of bare metal server, and I'm running multiple operating systems and applications on top of that server in parallel, right? So you're making better utilization of that physical server in your environment. And at the same time, when we do this, we keep in mind all the requirements of the customer from perspective that the applications need to be, the servers need to be highly available. There has to be some kind of application availability as well. Disaster recovery, and how can I improve provisioning? Right, in the physical world, provisioning was very slow. You had to wait for weeks to provision a new server. How do I improve provisioning? And with the whole notion of cloud computing, data centers have become fluid. And how do I respond to business in a much efficient way? So how does virtualization help an organization?